The hour of convening having arrived, all members will come to the floor of the House and take seats. All members will come to the floor. Clerk will ring the bell. All members will report to the floor of the House. We're going to have the call of the roll here momentarily. All right, we're going to have the call of the roll. All members present will please vote green to signify their presence in the chamber, and the clerk will unlock the machines. Have all members voted? Have all members voted? If so, the clerk will lock the machines. Doorkeepers will please close the doors and keep them closed. Before I introduce the devotion this morning, we are honored to have with us our two newest members of this body. So we have no vacancies up there now. From the 50th House District, Brad Raffensperger. Brad, welcome to the House. And from the 120th House District, Trey Rhodes. Today we will have the chaplain and prayer, followed by special guest who will be leading the Pledge of Allegiance. Our special guests are Gerald Cogan. Gerald is in pre-K at the Epstein School and a graduate of the Atlanta Speech School, and today he's accompanied by his parents, Sarah and Ross Cogan. So, Gerald, we're pleased to have you with us. Can we give you a hand? You want to stand? And we also have Sloan Jenkins. She is in pre-K at the Atlanta Speech School, and she is accompanied today by her parents, Kelly and Sims Jenkins. Can you stand, Sloan? After the prayer, if you will remain standing, these two outstanding young people will lead us in the pledge. They are guests of Chairman Penny Houston, so we're very honored to have them with us, and I hope you will meet them after we have the devotion and pledge. We will have scripture reading and prayer by the chaplain. Our chaplain this morning will be introduced by the gentleman from the 14th House District, Representative Christian Coomer. Representative Coomer.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning. Today is Church of God Day at the state capitol, and for that reason I've invited Dr. Michael Baker, who currently serves as the bishop for the Church of God in North Georgia. And in that role, he oversees the ministry of about 1,000 ministers in several hundred churches, and as well as the worshipers, about 200,000 worshipers each week in Church of God churches across North Georgia. Now, when people find out that I grew up in the Church of God, they sometimes ask me, what is the Church of God like? It seems like a mystery. So I say, well, we have church government like the Catholic Church. We have a bishop. We have services like the Assemblies of God Church. We have pastors that sometimes move around like the Methodist Church. And, Mr. Speaker, we sometimes have rowdy deacons meetings just like the Baptists. And I've asked the bishop about letting us take communion maybe like the Episcopalians, but he hasn't agreed to that yet. I don't know if that's going to come anytime soon. Before I tell you more about our chaplain, I'd like to introduce some special guests he has with him today. And as I call your name, if you'll stand to be recognized, his wife, Sharon, is with us, who's a vital part of his ministry, as well as his daughter, Keisha, and his grandson, Michael. During his ministry career, Dr. Baker has served in local church pastoral ministry as well as various posts in church administration. He's been a member of the board of directors of Lee University, which is my alma mater, and like many of you, he's served on many church, community, and civic boards, including serving as chairman of the board of directors for the Federal Housing Authority in Randleman, North Carolina, the United Way, the March of Dimes, Boy Scouts of America, and other agencies. Please welcome Dr. Michael Baker.
Good morning. Repeat after me. I feel good. I believe you're going to have a pretty good day today. It is a signal honor to be here today, to come and to share with you in devotions and prayer. And let me extend my personal appreciation to the speaker for the invitation, and to Christian for the recommendation, to the House leadership, to the esteemed members of this body, and to the staff. Sometimes we don't think about them, but thank you so much. And to all of our honored guests who are with us today. I have just a few moments and I want to share with you and cram in just as much as I possibly can. It was October the 14th, 1947. Captain Chuck Yeager crawled into the Bell X-1, which was attached to a B-29. He didn't know that day that he was going to make history, that he was going to literally break the sound barrier. Many had been trying to do that and ran into all kinds of problems. Many lost their life because once they approached that sound barrier, the plane would shake violently and many instances would disintegrate. They discovered that the problem was compressibility, that the air molecules on the front edge of the airplane couldn't move fast enough, and so the plane would shake. They came across a solution, and that solution was a stabilizer, the tail wing, and when they stabilized it, they were able to approach the sound barrier, and when that time came, they were able to just push on through, and once they crossed that barrier, it was a smooth ride. They had a vision for the future. Many were looking for the solution to be able to do it. But as we all face many circumstances in our life of compressibility, all kinds of issues that just won't get out of the way. But then we also know that there are stabilizers in our life, and that has to do with faith. One verse of Scripture, and I'm just going to chat with you briefly about vision and your vision for the future, because that's really what this room is really all about. That's found in Proverbs 29 and verse 18. It says, where there is no vision, the people perish. I'm going to give you a little more clear understanding. If you go back to the Old Testament of the original language of the Hebrew, it says, where there is no revelation, the people cast off restraint, or they cast off governance. Vision. What is vision? Vision is a mental picture. Vision is anticipation of what is to come. Vision is seeing beyond the majority. Vision is seeing the invincible. And spiritual vision is the ability to see God's presence, His power, and His plan in spite of the obstacles. So if we embrace a vision for the future, there are some essentials that we must employ in our daily life. I'm going to give you that formula quickly. Number one is attitude. These are 5 little ABCs so you can remember them. Attitude. What about attitude? Attitude, positive, negative, optimistic, pessimistic. My father used to give me a South Carolina truism as a little boy, and he said, you know what an optimist is? An optimist is a guy who will take his last $5 and buy himself a wallet. Now, that's optimism. So attitude, it's the way we think. It's the way we frame things. Secondly, is belief. Belief. What do we believe in? What are our core values? What are the non-negotiables? What are we willing to die for? Belief also is the principle of faith, substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, confident expectation that a higher authority, God will do what He has promised. Thirdly is this principle of capacity. I call it capacity. Also identified as the rubber band principle. Now, a rubber band is absolutely useless until it is stretched. But it can be stretched in many different shapes, and it takes on its purpose. And that's the way it is in our lives. We must be willing to be stretched and look at the impossibilities of life as the opportunities for our capacities to be stretched. The fourth one I bring to you this morning is determination. I really like this one. We call it, when I was growing up, we called it bulldogged determination, that firm intention. You ever heard it? Winston Churchill, he has a great quote, and he says that the reason a bulldog's nose is turned up is that when he bites, he can hold on and still breathe. No doubt in your challenges that you face in these chambers, sometimes you'll have to experience that bulldoggedness, and you have to hold on and still breathe. Finally is the principle of enthusiasm. I love this word. If you go back and study the origins of words, what you'll discover from its intent in the Greek is entheos, or in essence, God in. It's faith in, authority in. And that principle of enthusiasm is about passion and it's about zeal. What are we passionate about? So I encourage you today, as you begin today's session and as you continue throughout this entire session, that you keep your eyes focused upon the future, that you maybe have to readjust the principle of attitude, but hold on to what you believe in. Allow yourself to be stretched, be determined, and be enthusiastic about all that you have been blessed with, because inside this room are the greatest visionaries for the state of Georgia, because you are looking at tomorrow and you are focusing upon a preferred future. So I today want to affirm you for your servant leadership. To be quite honest, there's something very similar between what you do and what I do. I'm a servant leader of the people's heart. You are a servant leader of the people you serve and the people of Georgia. We do have a lot of commonality. But may we join our faith together, knowing that God's blessings will be upon us and that we do have a vision for the future. Would you stand with me for prayer? Almighty and gracious God, you are omnipotent. Your power is beyond our comprehension. Your omniscience understands all, and your omnipresence is with us everywhere we go. Today, I want to thank you that we can have vision before you. I want to thank you that you strengthen us for the task that's before us. But may we be challenged to enlarge our vision for the future. May we have a mental picture of where we're going, but may it be a preferred future. And I pray today that you would bless the members of this chamber. First of all, bless them individually in their personal vision. Bless their families. Bless the leadership of the entire legislature. Now today, we acknowledge who you are, and I ask you by the authority of your name that you would bless this body and lead them and guide them and arrest their attention with your presence. And we commit it all unto you in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. And the body said, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Chair recognizes Chairman Chokus, the chair of the Committee on Information and Audits.
Good morning, Mr. Speaker. Your Committee on Information and Audits has read the journals of the previous legislative day and have found them to be correct.
Chairman Chokus, the chair of the Committee on Information and Audits, reports that the journal of the previous legislative day has been read and found to be correct. Is there any objection to the confirmation of the journal? The chair hears none and the journal is confirmed. The clerk will read the resolution establishing the order of business for the day.
Mr. O'Neill, the 146 moves that the following be established as the order of business during the first part of the period of unanimous consents. Introduction of bills and resolutions, first reading and reference of House bills and resolutions, second reading of bills and resolutions, report of standing committees, third reading and passage of uncontested local bills and resolutions, first reading and reference of Senate bills and resolutions, morning orders.
Is there any objection to the adoption of the resolution establishing the order of business for the day? The chair hears none and the resolution is adopted. First reading of bills and resolutions. The clerk will read.
House Bill 4 by Representative Geisinger, the 48th, McCall, the 33rd, Powell, the 32nd, Dungeon, the 25th, Tarvin, the 2nd, and others. Bill to be entitled an act to amend Code Section 12-5-584 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated relating to water supply.
Natural Resources and Environment.
House Bill 38 by Representative Taylor, the 173rd. A bill to be to authorize the Magistrate Court of Grady County to impose and collect county law library fees.
Intergovernmental Coordination.
House Bill 245 by Representative Dollar, 45th, Kelly, the 16th, Powell, the 171st, Atwood, the 179th, and Evans, the 42nd. Bill to be entitled an act to amend Article 3 of Chapter 3, Title 44 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated relating to condominiums.
Judiciary.
House Bill 246 by Representative Knight, the 130th, Carson, the 46th, Mosby, the 83rd, and Wilkerson, the 38th. Bill to be entitled an act to amend Chapter 3 of Title 43 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated relating to accountants.
Small Business Development.
House Bill 247 by Representative Stover, the 71st, Spencer, the 180th, Turner, the 21st, Kirby, the 114th, and Taylor, the 173rd. Bill to be entitled an act to amend Code Section 31-6-47 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated, relating to exemptions from Certificate of Need requirements.
Health and Human Services.
House Bill 248 by Representative Stover, the 71st, Smith, the 70th, and Spencer, the 180th. Bill will be entitled an act to amend Article 2 as Chapter 1 of Title 37 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated, relating to the powers and duties of the Department of Behavioral Health.
Health and Human Services.
House Bill 249 by Representative Stover, the 71st, Spencer, the 180th, Kirby, the 114th, and Willard, the 51st. Bill will be entitled an act to amend Title 31 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated, relating to health. Yes, sir.
Health and Human Services.
House Bill 250 by Representative Dixon of the 6th. Bill to be entitled an act to amend Title 47 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated, relating to retirement and pensions.
Retirement.
House Bill 251 by Representative Chokus of the 138th. The bill to be entitled an act to amend an act providing a new charter for the City of Americus.
Intergovernmental Coordination.
House Bill 252 by Representative Caldwell the 20th, Welch of the 110th, Back of the 180th, Ramsey the 82nd, Hatch of the 150th, and others. A bill to be entitled an act to amend various titles of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated, so as the Act, the J. Calvin Hill Jr. Act.
Code Revision.
House Bill 253 by Representative Ballinger the 23rd, Benton of the 31st, Harrell of the 106th, Teasley the 37th, Maxwell the 17th, and others. The bill to be entitled an act to amend Chapter 39A of Title 33 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated, relating to real estate appraisers.
Regulated Industries.
House Bill 254 by Representative Corbett, 171st, Spencer, the 180th, Shaw of the 176th. The bill to be entitled an act to amend an act providing a new charter for the City of Waycross.
Intergovernmental Coordination.
House Bill 255 by Representatives Chokus, the 138th, Sims, the 123rd, Williams, the 119th, Green, the 151st, Nimmer, the 178th, and others. Bill will be entitled an act to amend Part 1 of Article 3 of Chapter 5 of Title 50 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated, relating to general authority, duties, and procedure.
State Properties.
House Bill 256 by Representative Maxwell, the 17th, Green, of the 151st, Coleman, and the 97th, Brooks, the 55th, and Buckner, of the 137th. The bill to be entitled an act to amend Chapter 7 of Title 47 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated, relating to the Georgia Firefighters Pension Fund.
Retirement.
House Bill 257 by Representatives Taylor, the 173rd, and Powell, the 171st. A bill to be entitled an act to amend an act relating to the Board of Commissioners of Decatur County.
Intergovernmental Coordination.
House Bill 258 by Representative Taylor, the 173rd, and Powell, the 171st. A bill to be entitled an act to abolish the office of Treasurer of Decatur County.
Intergovernmental Coordination.
House Bill 259 by Representative Rogers, the 10th, Dickey, the 140th, Coomer, the 14th, Nimmer, the 178th, Hatchett, the 150th, and others. The bill being entitled an act to amend Article 3 of Chapter 5 of Title 50 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated, relating to state purchasing.
State Properties.
House Bill 260 by Representative Pack, the 180th, Ramsey, the 72nd, Rice, the 95th, Powell, the 32nd, Hatchett, the 150th, and others. The bill being entitled an act to amend Code Section 40-5-21 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated, relating to exemptions to driver's license requirements.
Motor Vehicles.
House Bill 261 by Representative Harrell of the 106, Powell of the 32nd, Douglas the 78th, and Waits the 60th. Bill will be entitled an act to amend Article 1 of Chapter 3 of Title 3 of the Official Code of Georgia, annotated, relating to the general provisions regarding the regulation of alcoholic beverages.
Regulated Industries.
House Bill 262 by Representative Scott of the 76th, Jordan of the 77th, Thomas of the 56th, Jones of the 53rd, Anderson of the 92nd, and others. A bill being entitled an act to amend Part 2 of Part 6 of Article 6 of Chapter 2 of Title 20 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to the conditions of employment for professionals in elementary and secondary education.
Education.
House Bill 263 by Representative Coomer of the 14th, Nimmer of the 178th, Dickey of the 140th, Rogers of the 10th, Golick of the 40th, and others. The bill being entitled an act to amend Chapter 6A of Title 35, Chapter 11 of Title 15, Title 49 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to the Criminal Justice Coordinating Council.
Juvenile justice.
House Bill 264 by Representative Quick of the 117th, Barr of the 103rd, Maber of the 63rd, Nix of the 69th, Oliver of the 82nd, and others. A bill will be entitled an act to amend Code Section 15-11-2, Title 19, and Chapter 10 of Title 31 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to definitions for the Juvenile Code.
Juvenile justice.
House Bill 265 by Representative Golick of the 40th, Knight of the 130th, Battle of the 15th, Harbin of the 122nd, Peak of the 141st, and others. A bill will be entitled an act to amend Article 2, Chapter 2 of Title 48 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to state administration and relative revenue.
Ways and Means.
House Bill 266 by Representative Battles of the 15th. Bill will be entitled an act to amend Code Sections 47-1-12 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to investment and reinvestment of assets of local retirement systems.
Retirement.
House Bill 267 by Representative Kelly the 16th, Willard of the 51st, Ramsey the 72nd, Fleming of the 121st, Strickland of the 111th, and others. The bill will be entitled an act to amend Title 44 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to property.
Judiciary.
House Bill 268 by Representative Ballinger of the 23rd, Chandler of the 105th, Clark of the 101st, Oliver of the 82nd, Hatchett of the 150th, and others. The bill will be entitled an act to amend Code Section 19-7-5 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to the reporting of child abuse.
Juvenile justice.
House Bill 269 by Representative Battles of the 15th. The bill will be entitled an act to amend Chapter 2 of Title 47 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to the Employees Retirement System of Georgia.
Retirement.
House Bill 270 by Representative Battles of the 15th. The bill will be entitled an act to amend Chapter 3 of Title 47 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to the Teachers Retirement System of Georgia.
Retirement.
House Bill 271 by Representative Setzler of the 35th, Dungeon of the 25th, and Taylor of the 79th. The bill will be entitled an act to amend Article 31 and 31A of Chapter 2 of Title 20 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to charter schools.
Education.
House Bill 272 by Representative Mayo of the 84th, Renner of the 85th, Marin of the 96th, and Dickerson of the 113th. The bill will be entitled an act to amend Chapter 4, Title 34 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to minimum wage.
Industry and labor.
House Bill 273 by Representative Quick of the 117th, Ramsey of the 72nd, Williams of the 119th, Ballinger of the 23rd, and Brockway of the 102nd, and others. The bill will be entitled an act to amend Code Section 27-5-5 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to wild animals.
Game, fish, and parks.
House Bill 274 by Representative Duncan of the 26th, Caldwell of the 131st, Kelly the 16th, Reeves of the 34th, Quick of the 117th, and others. The bill will be entitled an act to amend Article 1 of Chapter 7 of Title 53 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to powers and duties generally.
Judiciary.
House Bill 275 by Representative Strickland of the 111th, Ramsey the 72nd, Harrell of the 106th, Knight of the 130th, Maxwell the 17th, and others. The bill will be entitled an act to amend Article 7 of Chapter 7 Title 48 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to set-off debt collection.
Ways and Means.
House Bill 276 by Representative Harrell of the 106th, Maxwell the 17th, Powell of the 32nd, and Martin of the 49th. The bill will be entitled an act to amend Title 3 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to alcoholic beverages.
Regulated industries.
House Bill 277 by Representative Broderick of the 4th, Dixon of the 6th, Meadows of the 5th, and Battles of the 15th. The bill will be entitled an act to amend Part 2 of Article 1 of Chapter 8 of Title 48 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to the imposition rate, collection, and assessment of state sales and use taxes.
Ways and Means.
House Bill 278 by Representative Clark of the 98th, Pruitt of the 149th, Barr of the 103rd, Jones of the 167th, Cantrell of the 22nd, and others. The bill will be entitled an act to amend Chapter 22 of Title 45 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated the Public Employees Hazardous Chemical Protection and Right to Know Act of 1988.
Public Safety and Homeland Security.
House Bill 279 by Representative Powell, the 171st, Abrams, the 89th, Fleming, the 121st, Oliver, the 82nd, Willard, the 51st, and others. Bill will be titled an act to amend Code Section 45-7-4 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to annual salaries of certain state officials.
Appropriations.
House Bill 280 by Representative Reeves, 34th, Ramsey, the 72nd, Abstration, the 104th, Strickland, the 111th, Gravely, the 67th, and others. The bill will be titled an act to amend Code Section 42-1-12 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to the state sexual offender registry.
Judiciary non-civil.
House Bill 281 by Representative Cantrell of the 22nd, Martin of the 49th, Ramsey the 72nd, Harrell of the 106th, and Caldwell of the 20th, and others. The bill will be titled an act to amend Title 28 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to the General Assembly.
Governmental affairs.
House Bill 282 by Representative Shaw of the 176th, Buckner 137th, Bentley the 139th, Corbett the 174th, and Sharper the 177th, and others. The bill will be titled an act to amend Code Section 47-3-89 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to credit in the Teachers' Retirement System of Georgia.
Retirement.
House Bill 283 by Representative Allison, the 8th, Cook of the 18th, Stover the 71st, Peasold the 133rd, Caldwell the 20th, and others. The bill will be titled an act to amend Chapter 5 and Title 40 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to driver's licenses.
Judiciary non-civil.
House Resolution 1 by Representative Geisinger, the 48th, McCall, the 33rd, Randall, the 142nd, Stevens, the 164th, Kidder, the 145th, and others. A resolution proposing amendment to the Constitution so as to authorize the General Assembly to provide by law for pari-mutuel wagering.
Regulated industries.
House Resolution 224 by Representative Stover of the 71st. Resolution proposing amendment to the Constitution so as to provide that the members of the State Board of Education are elected.
Governmental affairs.
House Resolution 225 by Representative Taylor, the 173rd, Buckner 137th, Powell 171st. A resolution honoring the life of Mrs. Pauline Spearman Brinkley and dedicating a road in her memory.
Transportation.
House Resolution 226 by Representative Mayo of the 84th, Mitchell of the 88th, Marin of the 96th, Gordon of the 163rd, Drenner of the 85th, and others. A resolution recommending the General Assembly close the health coverage gap for Georgia families.
Insurance.
Senate Bill 53 by Senator Kirk of the 13th, Honorman of the 45th, Harper of the 7th, Stone of the 23rd, Ligon of the 3rd, and others. A bill to be titled an act to amend an act relating to mental health and authorizing a licensed professional counsel to perform certain acts.
Health and Human Services.
That completes first readers.
Second reading of bills and resolutions. The clerk will read.
HB 218 by Representative Teasley of the 37th, the bill relating to state government. HB 219 by Representative Jones of the 167th, bill relating to health and public swimming pools. HB 220 by Representative Harbin of the 122nd, bill relating to income tax credits for low-emission vehicles. HB 221 by Representative Powell of the 171st, a bill relating to ad valorem taxation of property. HB 222 by Representative Powell of the 171st, bill relating to income taxes. HB 223 by Representative Powell of the 171st, bill relating to sales and use taxes. HB 224 by Representative Powell of the 32nd, a bill relating to general provisions regarding provisions applicable to counties and municipal corporations. HB 225 by Representative Powell of the 32nd, a bill relating to local government and motor vehicles and traffic. HB 226 by Representative Powell of the 32nd, bill relating to local government and motor vehicles and traffic. HB 227 by Representative Duncan of the 26th, a bill relating to state sales and use taxation. HB 228 by Representative Jones of the 167th, a bill relating to fees for sheriff services. HB 229 by Representative Strickland of the 111th, a bill relating to domestic relations. HB 230 by Representative Hughley of the 136th, a bill relating to Claims Advisory Board and review of individual criminal history record information, definitions, privacy considerations, and inspections. HB 231 by Representative Kelly of the 16th, a bill relating to rights and personality. HB 232 by Representative Carter of the 175th, a bill relating to hearing aid dealers and dispensers. HB 233 by Representative Atwood of the 179th, a bill relating to crimes and offenses. HB 234 by Representative Rutledge of the 109th, a bill relating to administration and enforcement of tax collection. HB 235 by Representative Deffenbaugh of the 1st, a bill relating to general provisions related to abandoned motor vehicles. HB 236 by Representative Atwood of the 179th, a bill relating to attorneys. HB 237 by Representative Williamson of the 115th, a bill relating to imposition, rate, and computation of final exemptions of state income tax. HB 238 by Representative Harpin of the 122nd, bill relating to state sales and use tax exemptions. HB 239 by Representative Quick of the 117th, a bill relating to animals. HB 240 by Representative Brockway of the 102nd, a bill relating to the Department of Community Health. HB 241 by Representative F. Stration of the 104th, a bill relating to construction of Article Electric Membership Corporations and EMC gas affiliates, liquefied petroleum gas. HB 242 by Representative Gravely of the 67th, a bill relating to prestige license plates, special license plates for certain persons and vehicles. HB 243 by Representative Hamilton of the 24th, a bill relating to elementary and secondary education. HB 244 by Representative F. Stration of the 104th, a bill relating to limitations of actions, payment, and disposition of fines and forfeitures, sexual offenses, state of sexual offender registry, and children and youth services. House Resolution 4 by Representative Taylor of the 79th, resolution proposing an amendment to the Constitution so as to authorize any municipality in the state of Georgia to establish by local law an independent school system. House Resolution 215 by Representative Ralston of the 7th, resolution honoring the life and memory of the Honorable Ronald Lee Newton, dedicating a road in his honor. House Resolution 223 by Representative S. Stration of the 104th, a resolution proposing an amendment to the Constitution so as to provide that the General Assembly may by general law impose additional penalties or fees for the offenses of keeping a place of prostitution, pimping, pandering by compulsion, solicitation of sodomy, masturbation for hire, trafficking of persons for sexual servitude, or sexual exploitation of children. Through second readers.
Reports of standing committees. The clerk will read.
Representative Sharon Cooper, the 43rd District, Chairman of the Committee on Health and Human Services, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, Committee on Health and Human Services had under consideration the following bill of the House. It has instructed me to report same back to the House with the following recommendations. House Bill 195, do pass. Representative Jan Tankersley, the 160th District, Chairman of the Committee on Intergovernmental Coordination, Local, submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Intergovernmental Coordination, Local, has under the consideration the following bills of the House. It has instructed me to report same back to the House with the following recommendations. House Bill 181, do pass. House Bill 187, do pass by substitute. House Bill 188, do pass. House Bill 189, do pass. House Bill 203, do pass. Representative Tom Weldon of the 3rd District, Chairman of the Committee on Juvenile Justice, has submitted the following report. Mr. Speaker, your Committee on Juvenile Justice had under consideration the following bills to the House. It has instructed me to report same back to the House with the following recommendations. House Bill 177, do pass.
We're about to go on to the local calendar. We are about to go to the local calendar. This House will be in order. Third reading and passage of uncontested local bills. If there is no objection, we will vote on the local calendar as a whole with a recorded vote. Hearing none, it is so ordered. The clerk will read the local calendar.
House Bill 181 by Representative Bentley of the 139th, Macon County. House Bill 187 by substitute by Representative Donahue of the 30th, Hall County. House Bill 188 by Representative Shaw of the 176th, Lanier County. House Bill 189 by Representative Shaw of the 176th, Lanier County. House Bill 203 by Representative Williams, the 119th, Oconee County.
Is there any objection to the previous question being ordered on the local calendar? The chair hears none. The previous question is ordered. Is there any objection to agreeing to the report of the committee, which was favorable to the passage of the bills? The chair hears none. The report of the committee is agreed to. Shall these bills now pass? All those in favor of passage of the bills on the local calendar will vote aye. All those opposed will vote no, and the clerk will unlock the machines. Have all members voted? Have all members voted? If so, the clerk will lock the machine on the passage of the bills on the local calendar. The ayes are 157, the nays are 0. These bills, having received the requisite constitutional majority, are therefore passed. This House will be in order. House will come to order. Chair recognizes to introduce the Doctor of the Day, Representative Tyrone Brooks. Representative Brooks.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We have a distinguished Doctor of Today, Dr. Elizabeth Morgan. Dr. Morgan is a board-certified plastic surgeon, general surgeon. Dr. Morgan received her undergraduate degree from Harvard University and earned her medical degree from Yale University School of Medicine. Dr. Morgan is an active member of many professional organizations, including the Medical Association of Georgia. She serves on the board of the Georgia Medical Political Action Committee, GAMPAC, and a board of the Medical Association of Atlanta. Please welcome Dr. Elizabeth Morgan.
Good morning, and thank you so very much for the honor and the privilege of serving today as the Doctor of the Day, and for all the hard work that the Georgia Legislature does for our citizens, for all of us. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're about to go on to morning orders. If you have signed up for a morning order, Chair would ask that you be ready upon being recognized. Going to limit morning orders to 2 minutes each this morning. Chair recognizes for a morning order Representative Randall, Representative Nikki Randall.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, it's my honor to recognize a fantastic group of citizens from around our state. It's Delta Kappa Gamma Day at the state capitol. And the members of Delta Kappa Gamma Society International, it's probably approximately 82,000 members in 17 countries. The members make up educators, retired educators, and administrators, and they continue to be concerned with education, and they support those educators that are still teaching in our school systems. The Delta Kappa Gamma Society International promotes professional and personal growth of women educators and excellence in education. I would be delighted if you all would join me in recognizing this fantastic group of citizens. If they will stand, they are seated in the gallery, the members of Delta Kappa Gamma Society International. We thank you all for continuing to be concerned about educating our most precious resource, and that's our children. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chair recognizes for a morning order Chairman Randy Nix. Chairman Nix.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's my privilege today to recognize a group that is with us, the Georgia Automated Merchandising Association. If y'all would stand and be recognized. These are a bunch of hardworking people. They fill your vending machines. They provide a lot of services, especially at the workplace, and we need to honor them. Kimball Carter, who's a friend of mine and from LaGrange, is head of that association, so we're proud to honor y'all today. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chair recognizes for a morning order Chairman Butch Parrish. Chairman Parrish.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, I'd like to ask you to join me in supporting a resolution. This summer, we had a study committee that went around the state and looked at the graduate medical education programs around the state, the residency programs. This is where our doctors who graduate from our medical schools go to do their training. It became apparent very quickly that we had a tremendous shortage of the number of residency slots in this state. In fact, the truth is we don't have enough slots to take care of all the graduates that graduate from our Georgia medical schools. What we're doing with this resolution is we're asking that Congress look again at the way that they allocate these slots across the country through the Centers for Medicaid and Medicare Services and the way that the funding follows those slots. This resolution has broad-based support. We have leadership on both sides of the aisles that have signed it, and we really would like to have 180 signatures on this supporting this to let them know that we're serious. The Board of Regents has already done a similar resolution. The Senate is doing one, and now we're doing one in the House. I'm going to leave it over here on the podium, and I hope that you'll all take a moment and sign this. And if you have any questions, that you'll check with me. I think this is something we can all get behind in a real bipartisan way and be glad that we've done it. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chair recognizes Chairman Chokas for a morning order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It is indeed an honor for me. I've got a group of students and faculty from Sly County High School. Guys, why don't y'all stand up back there? They're in the gallery. Gabe Tice, William Rooks, brought 32 students from the Sly County AP Government class and AP U.S. History class. I figured if they come here, they could see government and history at the same time. I'm also proud to show that Sly County is ranked 7th, that's right, 7th in the state in the 2014 College and Career Ready Performance Index, CCRPI. And I think that's a wonderful achievement. I'm very, very proud of them. Please join me in congratulating our students and faculty at Sly County High School. Welcome to the Capitol. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chair recognizes Chairman Pruitt for a morning order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I'd like to invite Representative LaRicca up here with me, and we're here today to recognize Jeff Davis, a group of high school students with FCCLA, and those of my age remembered it as FHA. And they're a great leadership group, and they do a lot for their community, and they've come a long way to visit us, and we so gladly appreciate you coming and appreciate you what you do and the volunteers that you do for our county. And so let's all stand and give them a good hand. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Representative Ernest Smith for a morning order.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning. A moment in history. Lloyd L. Gaines vanished in 1939. Lloyd L. Gaines was a young man in Missouri. 3 months before he vanished, he won a United States Supreme Court decision, Gaines versus Canada, mandating that the state of Missouri admit him to its university law school or build a separate and equal law school for African Americans. He has never been found. A moment in history.
Chair recognizes Representative Debbie Buckner for a morning order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Would all of the ladies of the House that have been Girl Scouts please join me? Come on down. Yeah, come on. We ask all the representatives that have served, that are serving, that have been Girl Scouts to join me. We want to welcome the Girl Scouts that are in the gallery. We have a group in both corners. Today is Girl Scout Day at the Capitol. Many of our pages that are serving today are Girl Scouts from all over the state of Georgia. So many of us are members of an honorary Girl Scout troop 1912, and our leader is the First Lady, Mrs. Deal. So we continue to, many of us are here because of what leadership skills we may have gained as Girl Scouts. It's a wonderful program that teaches young ladies a great deal about leadership. So would you please help me welcome the Girl Scouts in the gallery from all across the state. Girls, if you would stand so we can recognize you. Thank you for coming to your state capitol. Enjoy your day. Thank you, lady. That was so little.
Brownie gold, one is silver in the... Okay, fine.
House will come to order. House will be in order. We have some very distinguished guests that we want to honor. Clerk will read the caption to an invite resolution.
House Resolution 279 by Representative England in the 116th. A resolution commending the Bethlehem Christian Academy Knights baseball team and inviting Lance Fenley, Athletic Director, Colby May, Head Coach, P.J. Klein, Jacob Fincher, and Luke Allen to be recognized by the House of Representatives and for other purposes.
Chair recognizes the chairman of the House Appropriations Committee, Chairman England, for an invite resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Clerk. Good morning, everybody. Well, believe it or not, Chairman Meadows does not have all the state champions in Gordon County. And so just wanted to bring one before you today from my home in Barrow County, the Bethlehem Christian Academy softball, baseball, well, I guess baseball, excuse me, guys, team, and bring them before you. They're back-to-back winners of the Georgia Independent School Association state champions in their division and have just done a wonderful job. They're the teaching that the institution itself does not only teaches folks how to play baseball, softball, basketball, and all the other activities that they're involved with, but it instills in these young people the servant leadership attitude that we need to have and that the preacher this morning mentioned a little bit about as well. I'd like, right quickly, they've got some team members up in the gallery and some parents, if y'all would stand. And I'm going to ask their head coach to make a few comments, Mr. Colby May.
On behalf of the Bethlehem Christian Academy baseball team, I just wanted to thank Chairman England for having us here today and thank all of you from the House of Representatives for having us.
Good job. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Clerk will read the caption to an invite resolution.
House Resolution 110 by Representative Kidd of the 145th, Holmes the 129th, Earhart of the 36th, Wilkinson of the 52nd, Jackson of the 128th, and others. A resolution celebrating Georgia College and State University's quincentennial, recognizing February 10, 2015 as Georgia College and State University Day at the state capitol, and inviting Georgia College President Steve Dorman to be recognized by the House of Representatives and for other purposes.
Chair recognizes for an invite resolution Representative Rusty Kidd. Representative Kidd.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, it gives me a great pleasure today to bring before you a group of people, but I'm not going to be like State Representative Bobby Rowan, who y'all most probably hadn't heard of. But our ex-state Senator Johnny Grant gave me a prepared text to read today, and in it he had between two paragraphs pause. And so Bobby Rowan years ago in his first speech before this body read his speech and said pause, so I'm not going to do that. But while I get into the resolution, all those people who have graduated from Georgia College themselves, a wife or spouse has graduated from Georgia College, or their children have graduated from Georgia College, please feel free to come down and join me today to welcome the Georgia College president and students here, and have you got on your desk a picture of Georgia College with the freshman class celebrating its 125th anniversary this year. Please enjoy that picture. While we're waiting for Joe Wilkinson and some of the others to join us down here with the parents and neighbors of Georgia College, because Governor Deal's wife was a graduate of Georgia College and on the board of trustees of Georgia College now. But years ago, 125 years ago, when my mother went to Georgia College, maybe not quite that long ago, it used to be Georgia State College for Women, or GSCW. She called it grits, spuds, cornbread, and water. My father, who started dating her when she was at Georgia College, called it God's secluded corner for women, because they couldn't get out very often. But be that as it may, Georgia College has been a mainstay of Milledgeville for 125 years. It maintains the Governor's Mansion, which is a historic site that if you haven't visited, you ought to be there. It has the colonial buildings that you recognize from old South time of red brick and white columns. Great campus, great place to be. You know, a lot of you probably haven't been to Milledgeville in a long time to visit the Governor's Mansion and Georgia College campus. We welcome you there. Obviously, the Governor's Mansion, the old Capitol is still there. It's the old capital city. If and when you ever decide to come to Milledgeville, please let me know, and I'll be glad to give you a special tour. Show you some of the sites you might not see on the trolley tour. But I'd like to recognize at this time Dr. Steve Dorman, who's president of the college. He earned his bachelor's degree in biology from Lee, and then he graduated and got another degree from the University of Tennessee, where I got my degree. But Dr. Dorman held the faculty and administrative positions at Texas A&M and the University of Florida. Dr. Dorman has served as president of Georgia College for 2.5 years. During that time has changed an already successful university to aspire to even better. Georgia College, for your information, is the #1 sought-after school in the state behind the University of Georgia and Georgia Tech. They've got students from all over Georgia. It's a great school, great campus. Also with Dr. Dorman is Jawan Jackson, president of the Georgia College Student Government Association. He's running for re-election at that position, so he knows a little bit about politics. But I attended his church on Sunday, Flag Chapel Church in Milledgeville, and he led the choir and singing. So I told him all he had to do was sing in the choir or sing, and he'd get all the votes he needed. We have in the gallery a bunch of students from Georgia College. If y'all would please stand and be recognized, we'll say hello to you. And with this, I'll turn the mic over to Dr. Steve Dorman, president of Georgia College and State University. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your attention.
Well, thank you, Representative Kidd, Speaker Ralston, Speaker Pro Tem Jones, Majority Leader O'Neill, Minority Leader Abrams, and Representative Kidd, and honorable members of the Georgia House of Representatives. Good morning, and thank you so much for honoring Georgia College with this resolution and for recognizing Georgia College and State University's Quasquicentennial, our 125th birthday. I also want to thank the current and past members of the House for your support you've given our university through the years. I'm proud to be here this morning representing Georgia College as an institution that has a great legacy of service to the state of Georgia. Our modern history is even more impressive. Since 1996, Georgia College has been tasked with the important duty of being Georgia's public liberal arts university. In carrying out this mission, Georgia College has continued to attract some of the best and brightest students from throughout the state. The student body this year hails from 139 of the 159 Georgia counties, 30 other states, and several foreign countries. We take our responsibility seriously to help educate and nurture these students to become leaders of tomorrow. On the rostrum with me today is one of these students, the president of our Student Government Association, Mr. Jawan Jackson. Jawan is a junior political science major from Macon. And like many of our students, his leadership skills began to show in high school, where he was a state leader in the 4-H program and involved in a junior campaign manager for 3 local political candidates. On the Georgia College campus, Jawan started a collegiate 4-H chapter and helped grow it to the 2nd largest collegiate 4-H chapter in Georgia. He's been a leader in our student-led nonpartisan Community Choices, Your Voices program that's hosted numerous forums and debates for local elections, as well as Republican and Democrat congressional primaries. For his work in helping to encourage the informed citizen participation, Jawan recently received the Newman Civic Fellows Award. The recipients of the Newman Award serve as national examples of the role that higher education can and does play in building a better world. Also at the Capitol today are over 50 other student leaders from Georgia College, about whom I could tell similar stories. I hope that you will take the opportunity to visit with them and learn about Georgia College. And I invite each of you to come to Milledgeville and visit our beautiful campus, but more importantly, to get to know our students, faculty, and staff. I am immensely proud of these folks who have helped create the outstanding reputation of Georgia College. Thank you for the opportunity to be with you today, and thank you so much for the resolution acknowledging our 125th and for the support you continue to give Georgia College and her students. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Clerk will read the caption to a group of privilege resolutions. The clerk will read.
Following 12 resolutions are being read and referred to the Committee on Rules. Recognizing and commending the Georgia Bureau of Investigation and Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force and the human trafficking component of that task force, inviting them to be recognized by the House of Representatives. Commending Georgia Tech football head coach Paul Johnson on being named 2014 Atlantic Coast Conference Coach of the Year and inviting him to be recognized by the House of Representatives. Commending the Fannin County High School Family and Consumer Science class on the publication of their magazine, Fannin County, A Home for All Seasons, and inviting them to be recognized by the House of Representatives. Commending the 4-H Clubs of Georgia, recognizing February 23, 2015 is 4-H Day at the Capitol, inviting Mr. Ben Hancock, Mr. Arch D. Smith, and the 2014-2015 4-H leadership team to be recognized by the House of Representatives. Honoring the life and service of Sam Driscoll, Paulding Sheriff's Corporal, and inviting Howard Driscoll, Theresa Britton, Alan Driscoll, Susan Ramey, and Sheriff Gary Gullidge to be recognized by the House of Representatives. Recognizing and commending Mr. Jim Tudor on the grand occasion of his retirement and inviting him to be recognized by the House of Representatives. Commending the College of Coastal Georgia, recognizing March 3, 2015 is College of Coastal Georgia Day at the Capitol, inviting its faculty, staff, and students to be recognized by the House of Representatives. Recognizing and commending the Flint District on being named Georgia Forestry Commission 2014 District of the Year and inviting them to be recognized by the House of Representatives. Recognizing February 17, 2015 as Medical College of Georgia Day at the State Capitol, inviting Dr. Peter F. Buckley to be recognized by the House of Representatives. Recognizing and commending the Coffee Atkinson Forestry Unit upon being named the Georgia Forestry Commission 2014 Southern Unit of the Year and inviting them to be recognized by the House of Representatives. Recognizing and commending Joseph Fitzgerald Hamilton, inviting him to be recognized by the House of Representatives. Commending the Bethlehem Christian Academy Knights baseball team, inviting Lance Fenley, Athletic Director Colby May, Head Coach P.J. Klein, Jacob Fincher, and Luke Allen to be recognized by the House of Representatives. Commending Robert Stiles and inviting him to be recognized by the House of Representatives. Recognizing and honoring February 12, 2015 as Cambodian American Heritage Day at the State Capitol. Commending Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport for its beneficial impact to the people and the economy of the state of Georgia. Recognizing February 12, 2015 as Aviation Day at the Capitol. Inviting Miguel Southwell, Aviation General Manager, to be recognized by the House of Representatives. Commending Clayton State University, recognized February 18, 2015 as Clayton State University Day at the State Capitol. Commending the Hawksville High School Red Devils football team for winning the 2014 Class A State Championship and inviting them to be recognized by the House of Representatives. Commending Fort Valley State University, recognized February 11, 2015 as Fort Valley State Day University Day at the State Capitol, inviting representatives from Fort Valley State University's College of Agriculture to be recognized by the House of Representatives. Recognizing March 3, 2015 as Centennial Commemoration Day of the Navy Reserve. Recognizing February 10, 2015 as Georgia Automatic Merchandising Council Day at the State Capitol. Commending Carl Riggs for his noteworthy volunteer service to his community in the state of Georgia. Recognizing and commending the Blue Ridge Mountains Arts Center on the occasion of its 35th anniversary. Honoring the life and memory of Clyde E. Bailey. Recognizing and commending Chaplain Colonel Philip M. Armstrong. Commending Friendship Forest. Commending the Lynx Incorporated and recognizing February 17th, 2015 as Lynx Day at the State Capitol and for other purposes. That completes the reading of the privileged resolutions.
Is there objection to the adoption of the privileged resolutions? The chair hears none and the resolutions are adopted. I would like for the members of this House to join with me in welcoming to the floor of the House a colleague, a member of the Tennessee House of Representatives, State Representative Kevin Brooks, who lives in Cleveland, Tennessee, a neighbor of mine, and he's the Assistant Majority Leader in the Tennessee House, and we're pleased to have you with us today. Representative Brooks. If you have signed up for an announcement, please make your way to the front of the chamber. We're about to go to announcements. Before we do that, I want to ask you to join with me in wishing birthday greetings today to Representative Kevin Tanner. Representative Tanner. What purpose does Chairman Knight rise?
Make a motion, Mr. Speaker.
State your motion.
I'd like to ask that rules be temporarily suspended so that a bill may be read and assigned to committee for the first time.
Clerk will read the caption.
Unnumbered House Bill by Representative Knight on the 130th. Bill will be titled an act to amend Title 48 of the Official Code of Georgia annotated relating to the revenue and taxation so as to define the terms Internal Revenue Code and Internal Revenue Code of 1986.
On the gentleman's motion that the rules of this House be temporarily suspended to allow a bill to be read for the first time and assigned to committee, is there objection? Chair hears none, and it is so ordered, and the bill will be assigned to the Ways and Means Committee. The chair overlooked the minority leader earlier on a morning order. Chair recognized Minority Leader Abrams for a morning order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I just wanted to take a moment and welcome the students from House District 89 who are in the gallery today. Will you please stand so you can be recognized? They are from classes and schools around the district, and we're just excited to have them at the Capitol. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
We're going on now to announcements. Chair recognizes Representative LaRicki for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. You are invited today at 11:30 to a luncheon for the Georgia Pest Control Association barbecue luncheon in room 216 here at the Capitol. Hope you'll come and join us. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Chair recognizes Chairman Smith for an announcement. Chairman Lynn Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and members of the House. Just recently, our body recognized the Hawks for their outstanding play, and I'm fortunate in Coweta County to have the Georgia Sportscaster of the Year. He's the sportscaster for the Hawks, and if anybody wants to join in commending him, I have the resolution up here at the desk or back at my desk. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Representative Randall for an announcement. Chair recognizes Chairman Rice for an announcement. Chair recognizes Chairman Richard Smith for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The House Insurance Committee will meet tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock in room 606 CLOB.
Chair recognizes Chairman Hatchett for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Majority Caucus is meeting today at 1 o'clock in room 341. That's today at 1 o'clock in 341. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Representative Broderick for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Chairman Burns asked me to announce and remind the member of the Game, Fish, and Parks Committee that we do have a meeting today at 3 o'clock in 403 in the Capitol. hope to see everybody there. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Chairman Alan Powell for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues in the House, there's been a lot of people that's expressed some interest during the session about the governor's proposal on the Criminal Justice Reform Act this year, and that was creating the Division of Community-Based Supervision. Anyone who would like to sign on to this bill, I'm going to leave it up here at the front, and feel free to come by and sign.
After we're through. Chair recognizes Representative Carson for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen of the House, I was up here probably about a week ago to talk about Bud and June Runyon. We have done a joint resolution for them. They were buried Monday, 8 days ago in Canton. All members of the House, I would encourage you to sign on to this resolution for Bud and June Runyon. Thank you.
Chair recognizes Chairman Coleman for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members of the House, the Academic Support Education Subcommittee, that meeting has been moved this afternoon. It's at 4 o'clock, but it's moved from 4:15 to 5:15, room 515 in CLOB. From 4:15 to room 515 in CLOB.
Chair recognizes Representative Randall for an announcement.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Women's Caucus, we will meet upon adjournment. You have a notice on your desk. Business of importance, please, please, please try to be there. We have to make some serious decisions today. We have lunch as well. It's room 310 in the LOB, 310 Women's Caucus. If you are a woman, or if you think you are, even if you want to be a member. No, really, seriously, this meeting is just that serious. Please, please, please be there. Room 310, LOB.
I'm at a loss for words. We will be doing page photographs at the rostrum immediately upon adjournment. If you have pages here, you need to be lined up with them, because when we're finished, we're finished. So we'll be starting that here momentarily. Chair recognizes the Majority Leader of the House for a motion.
Mr. Speaker, I move this House now adjourn until 10 a.m. Wednesday morning, February 11th, 2015.
Majority Leader has moved that this House adjourn until Wednesday, February 11, 2015 at 10 o'clock a.m. All those in favor of the motion will say aye. Those opposed will say no. The ayes have it, and this House will be adjourned until Wednesday at 10 o'clock a.m.